Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever gamer podcast under Arlene LIWS.
Ooh.
I'm with my husband, but of course, as usual, you can't see him. Tonight, my husband and I are going to have a conversation, and we want to let you join us.
And
So,
bash me later.
so tonight, the topic of tonight's podcast is about this salty men because they were just claiming that Filipinas are sponges and are just after for the resources and green card and whatnot
You mean they're women?
and I just don't buy that. I mean, yes, of course, not all Filipinas are like awesome or you know I know there are Filipinas who are after that. Yes, I agree. But that's not the majority of the Filipinas, and I know, and I think majority of this men, the salty men, they brought it on themselves. What do you think?
Yeah. It's like I'll hear people go, "Oh, my ex-wife this and my second ex-wife that, and my third." Dude, you're on wife number 4. That's let's just assume it's a you problem and not really a her problem at this point.
Okay, so I'm thinking let's categorize this man, these salty men. We can categorize them as
Sorry, too specific because I only have one friend that's on wife number
you know
4.
what. Anyway, category
Let's say
number.
associate, not friend.
Okay, don't use it too loosely. That's your lesson
Yeah,
to me.
a dude I know.
All right. Anyway, so the first category of these salty men are the men who went to the Philippines or went online looking for Filipina, leading with their wallet. And that's why they end up in their situation that they are in.
Yeah, I
Because,
mean, depending on what kind of bait you use, that's the fish you're gonna catch.
yeah, you'll get what you used to impress with. And so they're saying, "Oh, she's a gold digger." Of course you're gonna get a gold digger because you used your money to flaunt or to catch somebody. And and in the Philippines, it's a third world country. Of course, it'll be appealing to
What's that slang term they use for foreigners?
a farm.
A fam. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really a
No,
derogatory,
it's not
but it basically just means an American. Everybody Western or foreign is a
correct.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Um
it's just an automatic label of there's money bags.
yeah,
There's
basically it's a foreigner assigned in Manila because before,
mm,
like companies or foreign companies establishing headquarters in Manila, and then they would assign or send their best people in there. So, but then nowadays pretty much everyone who is non-Filipino that's in the Philippines, we call them afam.
uh,
Yeah, but it's not derogatory.
it's more slang.
When I was a kid, foreigners are called "Hey Joe."
Yeah.
Yeah, "Hey Joe," because I don't
G.I.
know though if it's just in our barangay, but they when I was a kid, there's this American who loves to ride in his mountain bike, and every time he passed by people by the roadside, because that's Philippines, and then he would wave at them like "Hey," and then the Filipinos like "Hey Joe."
Ah.
Yeah, so it's like, "Oh, hey Joe." So all right. Anyway, so yeah, I think but you know what? There are some men, okay, going back to the topic, leading with your wallet. There are some men, that's because that's only the thing that they can offer is the resources.
Yeah. Um. Another reason for unsuccess. I don't know. BSing, lying, puffing things up way beyond what they. Oh,
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
business owner, dude. You're an owner operator for a truck. You own a company truck. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's split hairs. And yeah, you're a business owner. That's
Mm-hmm.
true. But you're not rolling in dough. that's that's like saying I have a sorry store. Like so, So basically, you've given out credit to half the brand guy,
Yeah,
and you're in debt.
and knowing Philippines is a third world country, so majority of the people there are impressionable. Like pretty much all Americans are way above us. The way of life here is way better than what we have there. So, and then here comes you fluffing your, lifestyle. And of course, that any Filipino or any Filipino would hear that. They would be like, oh, yeah, yeah,
It's
right?
like he owns a condo. Like, oh wow, a
So,
condo. Ooh.
so there's this one of my subscribers. He emailed me, and then he was so very proud, and he was telling me that he told his girlfriend that he's doing well in America because he's earning 30,000 a year. And me reading that email, I was like, what? So of course
You're polite about it,
yeah, I
but
was polite about it, and I was telling him 30,000 is not a decent income in America.
yeah.
But he defended himself.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
it's because
I
I
live in
live in,
a state X and it's really cheap.
yeah.
Look, okay,
I mean, but
you're that's no, that's below the median
yeah,
income.
I hope he's not like selling himself to this Filipina that he's some kind of like a, you know, like established or well-to-do person
Or
here in the
like, there's going to be a
U.S.
future with a $30,000 income.
Because like,
Because in the Philippines, that you think 30,000 times 57, that's a lot of.
yeah,
Whip out a calculator. How many million pesos is that a
let's
year?
just use 50, and that would be 1.5 million pesos.
Yeah,
So yeah, for a Filipina, and
they can't wrap their head around it.
yeah,
That's
they don't know the lifestyle here in America, like how expensive it is, the housing alone.
uh,
And then you add up the cost of food nowadays is insane. And but this guy, and I went on and advised him that don't misrepresent your lifestyle. I was not saying that he's misrepresenting his lifestyle, but I was just telling him that to show her what your real life
hey, look,
is.
this 50,000 or 30,000, whatever it was. This this is a one bedroom apartment, and that's an upgrade probably, but it's not. Normalization is going to happen. After it takes just a few years,
Mm-hmm.
normalization happens.
Yeah, because speaking of like um like telling everything, like showing to your Filipina, some people will be like, no, I don't want it, because what if she will just see me as a poor pathetic person and she will not be with
Then
me.
you saved yourself misery by getting rid of her early. Let the truth be your filter.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up better off if she hits the road. Like, I don't want to. That just means all you wanted to do was get a wet pee pee, and you would have done anything for a wet pee pee,
Yeah.
and that's your fault. Get a doll or a buffer or both.
Yeah, so these men, they're, because they couldn't wait. Like, yes, you would get a woman very fast if you would misrepresent your lifestyle. You would lead her with your wallet, and but
And when she turns out
and
to
then
be unsatisfied and unhappy, like,
yeah,
that's you brought it on yourself,
because
dude.
eventually your life will catch up on you, and then how would you explain that? Like, she goes to the U.S. with all this. Oh, what if husband, because you're trying to win the family of your wife, and then now
They expect it.
they would expect it because prior to the marriage probably you've been like showering them with gifts and
Oh
all,
yeah,
and
that's
then when she comes to America and find out that, oh, you're actually living in, you're actually
broke,
broke,
and my
living
family
paycheck.
doesn't get.
Yeah.
Oops.
Whoopsie poopsie. But then people will be like, so Arlene, you're just proving us right that Filipinos are just after for resources. Uh,
Mm.
like I said, there are Filipinas who are like that, but even if the Filipina is not a gold digger, she would still be resentful to a person that lied to her.
Well, it
I mean,
depends if it was a quality girl or not.
yeah, but I mean,
That's why you're using the filter of truth.
mm-hmm. And okay, so another is like these men. that had failed relationships here in the West, and they're now thinking, "Oh, I'll go to Philippines to find a wife because Filipinas are way better than American." But they're going there with the same mindset, the same habits that caused their marriages to fail in the West, and they're expecting that their marriage with the Filipina will not be the same, will not end up in the same outcome with their marriage in the West. Like, hey,
Spoiler alert.
but
You give a girl access to the internet and feminism just happens.
no,
Well, you just keep her in the Philippines and like she's still going to have access to internet in the Philippines. She's still going to become westernized. The Philippines is becoming westernized right now. Oh, well, I'm going to go find a province girl because the province. Okay,
but
you're an
hey,
idiot because the province girls are now getting access to cell phones and internet too.
all right. But guess what?
Hmm.
If, say, for example, the real reason really why his previous relationships failed was him, but he was in denial and he was trying to pin it on the Western woman. But
Never trust anybody who complains about their crazy exes.
yeah, because they said a fool is somebody who keeps on repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting the same different
I
result.
think that was Einstein and
Einstein,
insanity.
yes.
Wasn't it
And
Einstein?
yeah, it's Einstein. And it's also, they said, there's a saying, but it's in regards to building wealth, but we can apply it to this one. It says that you cannot build wealth
Hold on, I think
with
he
the
got a
same
peanut.
mindset
I think he
that
got a peanut.
what
I think.
Regan. Our son is now crawling around and just picking up random stuff on the floor.
All right, let's see what you got. Yeah, so we fished the peanut out, and our son didn't choke to death. The Parent of the Year
Our
award,
daughter,
ladies and gentlemen.
our daughter dropped some peanuts on the floor, and of course.
We had to go clean them up now. Anyways,
Anyway, going
all
back
right.
to our,
So we hit 3 already. What were the 3?
the third one is those men who did not learn their lessons, were in denial that it was their ex-wife's fault why the relationships failed, did not really examine themselves if if it was them or not, you
So
know.
know thyself and seek improvement.
Yeah, and then they go on with the relationship with the Filipina, and then when it failed again, they'll be like, oh, it's the Filipina's fault,
Yeah.
it's not my fault.
And the other one was leading with your wallet
Leading with your wallet, and then
and
of course the lies,
misrepresenting.
misrepresenting.
Okay. Let's see. Next one. Single mothers. Can we hit single mothers?
Oh, yeah. So you're saying that
All right, we're done.
okay, the baby is now
Hmm.
asleep. So going back to our, so we're now on the third one, honey. You know this man who did not learn their lessons.
Okay, well, yeah, we beat that horse to death. Next one is.
Okay. Okay, for me, the next category of men were, I mean, are the men that have no plans, just swinging it, and
Or stupid plans.
stupid.
I'm 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 now old enough to collect Social Security. That's my retirement plan.
And I'm gonna go to the Philippines and get me a wifey.
And I'm gonna give my Filipina girlfriend $300 a month.
Oh boy,
Don't spend it all in one
no, honey,
place.
don't say that. You would know who he is,
Wait,
who you're talking
I don't think so. But if you do and you're watching this and you're giving $300 a month and that's the stipulation, she's a girlfriend, let's just cut to the chase. She's your whore. And I promise you, nobody wants to be your whore for $300 a month. You're not big spender there.
Yeah, and I just can't wrap my head around that because marriage is such an important or like big milestone of your life. You need to like really plan ahead and like especially with in the case of
Anything I
like
say, if the shoe fits, you better fucking
yeah,
wear it.
or anyway husband, in especially in the case of American and Filipina, it's not like you can just fly me anytime, you know, like you have to study about the how to take me here? What's the best option or recourse, to take me? Is it gonna be K1 or is it gonna be uh CR1? You cannot just like, oh,
Don't
go to,
wing it.
don't
Yeah,
wing it
I
because,
got you. I got
yeah,
you.
don't wing it because, like, if for example you think, oh, I'm gonna see her in the Philippines and I'm just gonna, we're just gonna marry right there and then. So in that case, you cannot bring her via K1 now. You need to take her via CR1 because she's already a spouse. So that means different timeline, different cost. And all these things you really need to, plan. Unless you have a lot of money at your disposal, or money is not an issue.
Well, apparently, if you have a social security check coming in, that's, that's big bucks. Oh man, let me just say it one more time. If that's your plan for retirement, is your little pathetic social security robbing, yeah, you have reached the end of your life and completely screwed up. That was you just living paycheck to paycheck every day.
All right, I think in this uh on this category, I think we can also insert here the topic about pre what do you call that, honey? The pre what do you call that?
You're saying prenup? What?
Yeah, prenup.
What about
A
prenups?
prenup. Yeah, just like, because we're talking about planning ahead, because there are some men who are just, have lots of money and
No.
has a lot of things to.
Depends on the court system, but unless you have a sunset clause, most prenups can get tossed out pretty easily. Although there is a
Mm,
lot of pushback nowadays where they're trying to end alimony. That I think that's in California or not. Sorry, I wish California. No, Florida. Didn't they just end that recently?
I haven't heard about that.
Oh yes, the women are reading left and right now. What? You're gonna have to get a job and work? Like, yeah. How about
Mm,
that?
okay.
Yes, they're very upset that the alimony is being severely curtailed.
Okay, so yeah, prenup. So if you're like, if you have a lot of
If you got a lot to lose, then yeah,
something
you
to
better get some
lose.
legal counsel. That's all there is to it.
Hmm.
And you're not really gonna be watching this channel anyways because you're loaded with cash, and when you're flush with cash,
You have
you don't need
lawyers.
my advice. You've already got better advice than I could ever give.
Exactly. You have room of lawyers. But anyway, so that's that. You need to plan. Um.
Well, just because they're a lawyer doesn't always mean anything. Just ask Mike Tyson.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. His defense lawyer was like a tax attorney or something stupid, like who had no prior experience with criminal law or anything.
Oh jeez.
Then yeah, I, sorry, Mike, but yeah, that was a tough lesson to learn.
All right, and my last category here are the men who did not spend enough time getting to know the Filipino. I know there are some people that if they would know that we got married or we decided to get married after like 6 months knowing each other, they would probably roll their eyes. But to me, it's not really like the length of the relationship, because you
It's
could
how
be,
well do you know the person?
yeah, because you could be dating for years but really
No.
not knowing the person
Yeah.
because
Oh, I see her every other weekend for 2 or 3 hours. Like that's not getting to know the person.
yeah,
Just oh wow, you go to a movie once or twice a month and maybe hang out at the park. Like, no, you haven't vetted. That's called spinning plates. If you have multiple women you're doing that with.
yeah, and then of course, well, for most of us, um Filipino and American, or Filipino and Western men, it's gonna be an LDR for the majority of your relationships. So my husband and I, we would really suggest and encourage you to spend video calling,
Load after load after
load.
load after load. Yeah, you fill that phone up with loads.
I mean, people would say, but you're suffocating. You mean, wouldn't that be a suffocating for her, Arlene? Or wouldn't she feel like I'm so controlling? I mean, my husband and I did that. I did not feel that way. And
Uh,
I suggested this to my friend, and that's what they're doing, and they're very
you
happy.
know,
Yeah.
She wakes up in the morning and there he is greeting her. She
Yeah.
gets off work and she's doing her evening routine and he's wrapping or just starting his day saying good
Mhm.
morning to her.
Mhm.
And they live, eat, breathe, and sleep together constantly with the phone communicating. She gets to see his life, his family, everything that he does and he's about, and vice versa. He gets to see her life and everything she's about. He gets to see how she treats people, how people treat her. He gets to see her morality. It's so
And you get to see the raw emotion of the person.
yeah,
If the person is
not the
angry,
fake,
not the fake like
the best behavior that they display the first few weeks or months. No, it's you can't fake it long term like that, and you
mhm.
really do genuinely get to know somebody. Obviously, the more time you spend with them, so why not spend every waking possible moment? But Arlene, I try to text her and she ignores me for 3 4 days at a time.
Oh,
And well, then you've already got your answer. You don't need to ask for
yeah.
advice on what you should do.
Mhm.
If she's interested in you, she's gonna drop everything and make time for you,
That's true.
and not oh well, I've been busy or my phone wasn't charged. Okay, once okay, but a continuous habit, no. There's a double life. There's other. Oh, she won't let me be her friend on Facebook. Like, oh,
Mhm.
uh huh.
Yeah, so
We've never video called yet, but we're deeply in love. Like, oh, really? Wow. In fact, didn't you have you got somebody in your barangay right now
what?
who's who's isn't he's writing letters on behalf of his cousin who's
Ah,
married to a foreigner
no.
or dating a foreigner, and she's too busy to be bothered, so he has
No.
access to her Facebook or something like that.
She's already in a relationship with the Filipino. She wants to cut the relationship with the American, but her family doesn't want to because this
They want the
American,
money.
yes, the American is funneling money every month. And of course, if she stops communicating, he stops funneling money.
Oh.
So the gay boyfriend of her sister was the one communicating to this American. The American did not know that he's no longer communicating to the woman, the person that's replying to her.
Um,
Yeah, and
yeah,
then
yeah. Guess how you fix that? It's called a video call.
but anyway, um,
And what kind of
what
relationship is that, anyways? You're texting back and forth for months at a time. No, it's got to move forward or just stop
there's a lot of American who are like that. I
because
mean,
they're
they
lonely.
yeah, and then they don't know how to. I mean, it's so easy. Like question her, or I mean, use your common sense, or because not just that. There, I have another neighbor that they have an American sponsoring them,
Uh-huh.
and then they don't have work because they have money coming in every month, and what they do, they gamble every day
Oh, let's stop saying neighbor. This is your
in
barangay.
barangay.
Yeah, but we don't live there.
Okay, okay, okay. Because I always okay. So yeah, in my barangay, when this was before I met my husband, we haven't. I mean, I had a neighbor back then that has a sponsor. Like, oh, I have a boyfriend. She no longer work, but she gets money. And I probably talk to the American for like an hour or two a day, but then spends most of her time in the gambling den.
Yeah,
And then this American,
and he's a fool.
yeah,
A fool and their money are soon parted. So don't feel pity for the fool. Don't be hating on her for having playing the long con.
yeah. Because here's the thing, husband.
He should have had his own discernment.
These men already have their red flags, but they ignored it
Yep.
because oh, she's just so pretty, Arlene. I just can't. She's so good to me, though. I mean, oh yeah, that's a red flag, but she's so good to me. She, oh my god, I'm about to say. She dances in front of the camera, or she whatever.
She wiggles and shakes for you.
She
Okay.
fills my fantasy. Well, let's accept it. You know, there are men who are they're just lonely, and I don't know. I don't know what else. But yeah, that you have your red flags and you ignored it. And I have a video about red flags. And if you wanna check that out, I'll pin it up here.
Or why not down there?
or down there,
Or to the side?
or to the
Nobody ever pins it where they say they're going to pin it.
I'm gonna pin
Then they
it,
just link it in the comments below.
or
How about
yeah,
that? That's the truth. I'll link it in the comments below because I don't know how to pin it up here.
yeah. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much the topic for tonight. If you have
What we
questions
need?
for,
No, 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 no! You're leaving out single mothers. We gotta.
that's part of the red flag. It's in my red flag video.
Oh,
And
okay.
anyway, if you have questions for us for our next podcast session, please drop it in the comment section below, or you can write an email to me at lifeinwashingtonstate@gmail.com. It's also in my bio here in YouTube. Check that out. And or if you are still in the market and you wanna find a Filipina, you might want to check out christianfilipina.com. I am a partner. I have a link, an affiliate link, with no additional cost to you. If you use that, it'll give me
A little bit. Thank
a
you.
little bit of thank you. So you will also find that link in the comment section. I'm gonna also put that in the
And maybe we should
description of
do
this
like
video.
a sample or a review or whatever.
Let us know if you're. Let
I
us.
will be happy to look at all the pretty girls and the ugly girls and the in between girls and the left and the right and be like, here's my opinion. Here's what you need to look for. Here's single mother. Let's search for single
You know what?
mothers.
Somebody actually reached out to me, was trying to ask if I would be open to help him. Like, and this is like trying to, like, hey Arlene, can you talk to this woman? I like her, but can you try to filter if she's spitting bullshit or something? But my husband don't want me to get involved in that
Yeah,
kind of,
don't no
you
no.
know.
Yeah, it's somebody else's relationship.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, questions. Let us know if you like this episode. This is our very
We'll do a
first
Christian Filipina episode.
this is our very first episode, so I know there's gonna be a lot of room for improvements.
Well, it's easy for me. I've been playing Subnautica for the last hour.
All
So
right, but we're gonna film another episode, so we're gonna cut this and see you on the next one. Bye.
single mother bashing.